So let's say how much will somebody need? Let's say if they was to save up all the money they work and they don't spend a penny, save all the money. Like let's say if they wanted to be here 6 months to a year, like how much would they need to have set aside just to come in? Let's say for about a year, things work out or not. That's their mindset. You know what? I want to go for 1 month, 2 months. What would be that nice number right there?
Again, it depends on the person because. There's some people real frugal, some people not. Here's the thing, you just come to Thailand or come to any country, don't live in the tourist places. Live outside the city because that's the cheapest. Where the locals eat, because that's the cheapest. You could come into Thailand for $1,000 a month and live in accommodation that costs you $100 a month, then you've got 900 left. Get your food, there's another $100 a month. You still got 800, maybe another visa run. There's game day down to 700. Then you got your internet, phone bill, internet, that sort of thing. Maybe you're down to like 600. And then other things will pop up. Alcohol, probably up to 200. So you got about 400. So you could do it on $1,000 a month, but you're not going to be living large. You're going to be living outside the city. You're not going to be eating out in local fancy restaurants. No. You're going to be either cooking at home or you're going to be buying from the markets, which I reckon you should buy anyway because it's cheap. And it's really good food and it's freshly made. And $1,000 a month if you got your accommodation cheap. I have like $5,000 just as a safety thing. That if anything happens, you got that cash.
Okay. Well, not having a safety net, it works out for the better. You could end up stranded here without a safety net. They could go all broke, no money. No safety net, and they'll end up living here forever. They might end up homeless, but they'll be on the streets.
You don't want to do that because once you start overstay, you don't want to overstay. If you overstay, they get really strict on that now. So it's like Well, it used to be. I don't know if it's the same, but it used to be 500 baht a day, up to 20,000 baht, and then. But now they've changed the laws. It's like
that's the penalty.
Yeah, that's the penalty.
Okay, wow.
But now they've changed it like so much time. 90 days. It's like a year ban. I think 3 months is like
it's like blacklisted.
Blacklisted, yeah.
But they pretty much don't want homeless foreigners on the streets. Like homeless migrants.
That's it. I want that.
Okay, wow. Interesting. So speaking of the locals, how much would you say the average monthly income a local makes? Like comfortably, like mid-range, average worker.
An average worker is about between, depending on the job, 10,000, 15,000 baht a month.
Okay. And is that like getting by? Are they still smiling in the land of smiles?
Yeah, they're living like a normal type person.
They're not struggling like, oh my God, how am I gonna pay the bills?
They're probably just living. They're not living large. They're not living lavishly, but they're living enough to get by, and they're happy.
Okay, but then back in the States, an average person makes peanuts, struggling to pay the bills, and how they gonna make it, make it through this month and all that. $284 at 10,000 baht.
Yeah, so if you make it 15,000, that's the best. Yeah, 400.
Like $400 US.
420
a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what the average type person makes.
Yeah, they're comfortable. They're doing okay.
Yeah, they're surviving. Because don't forget, this place is very cheap to live. Mm-hmm. But if you're a foreigner, you're going to know that if you're going to come to all the tourist places, you're going to pay premium. If you go to Phuket, personally, Pattaya, everything is more expensive. You go to Bangkok. Actually, Bangkok's quite cheap depending on where you go. Chiang Mai is one of the cheapest places. So it all depends on where you go and where you stay.
How much would be the average rent for like owning a home for like a Thai person, for like a local? Like how much are they paying?
Well, it depends on the place they stay. They can stay in a house or they can stay those new houses I'm talking about. It looks like a normal house, but it's just like it's on a 50 by 50. So there's no yard. There's no literally the house is right up against the fence. They're building a lot of those now, and you can stay in one of those brand new 2 bedroom for about 2,300. It looks like a house.
2,300 baht a month.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
That's like
And it's brand new.
very new. You're only going to find these places 15, 20 minutes outside the city centre of Chiang Mai.
So it's not a high rise.
No, it's just a low set. Just a low set. And when you go into it, it's like a big ass, what do you call it? Development?
Or it's like a community.
Community. Yeah, but all the houses, for some reason, they all look the same. They don't have different variations. They all look the same. They're just like cookie cutter. Everyone's just like, and there's probably going to be like, depending on how big it is.
So it's like a hut or like a shack, something like that?
Oh no, it's like a proper house, but it's just low set. It's got
only one floor.
only one floor.
Okay.
Got 2 bedrooms. It's got like a little patio at the front.
Okay.
Driveway, a covered, not enclosed, but
Or like a
carport.
Okay.
Kitchen at the back. Fully modern. Tiles, really. Fully modern.
It's for 2,300.
2,300. Yeah.
That's $65 a month.
Yeah. Now you gotta stay out. Don't stay in the middle of the city. Stay outside.
So you definitely gotta get transportation.
That's a good question.
It's gonna average out to maybe like with transportation maybe double. But if you're driving every day or whatever, it's gonna be close to like $100 with the transportation that you have to factor that in, right?
Yeah. Well, if you're going to stay here long term, just buy a scooter. Just go on Facebook Marketplace, buy like a second-hand scooter, and then when you finish, just sell it. And if you maintain it well, just get like a 125 Honda or Suzuki. They're like there's a gazillion of them.
So how much like something like that?
$500.
500 US.
Yeah.
Okay.
500, depending on what it is. 1,000.
Okay.
You can have a look at Facebook Marketplace now. I mean, there's like Facebook Marketplace is the place to get stuff cheap. And there's people always selling stuff on Facebook that you can just go there.
Facebook is like the new Craigslist.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
All right, we'll take a look at that Facebook Marketplace. It's, even though the social media Facebook, it's not popular over here anymore, is it?
No, but you gotta be careful because there's real shysters on there, and you wanna get like some of these things are like overpriced and stuff. So you wanna obviously look. People are looking until you find something decent.
Okay.
But I mean, like that one there, Honda 4,000 baht.
So can you negotiate? You can like make an offer.
Oh yeah, you're dealing directly with the person. So you don't go for the first one. You just keep on watching and looking until you find like a one that's your price, that's decent.
But you don't buy it right away. You got to test it out and everything, right?
Oh yeah, you go somewhere, test it out, and then you get go to your local police station or somewhere, find someone that can verify that they own that scooter. It could be stolen. You don't want that. So you want to make sure that you transfer the scooter in your name, and you go with the person to the registry office.
Okay, wow.
For the like the Department of Transport sort of place.
Okay.
Transfer it.
So
they can check it out.
So it's like motor vehicles in the States.
Yeah, motor vehicle in the States.
To get it registered.
Yeah, to get it registered.
So once you pay for it, you want to get it registered at the same time, because if you give him the money, he disappears, and you're riding in something stolen. Yes. And then you get screwed.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Okay, so.
But the price, to be honest, I don't know because they're all different prices. But I would say, I've seen some for as little as 500 to 1,000 baht, US dollars. So again, it depends on what condition and what you're buying.
So is that cheaper from where you're from Australia or in the United States? Like, I don't know much about a motorbike. I think that's pretty cheap. 500 US. I'm thinking maybe $2,000-3,000.
The scooter that we're on now, I bought that for 50,000 baht, which is about $2,000. The one that we're driving around 2,000 brand new.
And that's brand new.
That was probably about 5 years ago.
Okay, but now
the price is cheaper now.
Oh yeah? You don't think inflation?
Depends on the model.
Okay.
But you can pick up those ones for like 45,000, 50,000 brand new.
Okay, so
brand new.
Brand new.
Because like everyone drives them.
So you get it used for like maybe $1,000?
Yeah. Easy, yeah. Because it's like anything. When you've got a lot of something, they mass produce it, it's cheaper it gets.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that. So, look, I had a question. So, let's say you was to go on Facebook Marketplace, go buy a scooter. So you go meet up with the person. There's a possibility you might get mugged or robbed.
Well, Thailand is the most safest. I feel safer here than in Australia. You can walk around at 12 o'clock at night, and it's very safe.
Really?
Yeah, it's very safe. Now, with that said, you've got to use your head. If you're going to be going into the shady places that, like nightclub scenes and all the places like Pattaya and all the, where there's like real dodgy dudes hanging around. Obviously, you got to run into trouble.
Like the bars and the red,
yeah, exactly.
red light district.
Red light district, exactly. That's it. But generally speaking, Thailand is very safe. They tend to catch criminals really fast.
Oh wow!
So don't do anything bad. And but I never had an issue. The only altercation that I had, and I think I told you this, Tommy, the only altercation that I had, like a fist fight, was with another foreigner.
Wow!
Never with a Thai person.
Wow! Look at that. Always one rotten apple messing it up for everybody. Wow. So, what would you say like the percentage, the crime rate? Let's say out of 100%, 100%. What's the percentage of crime if it happens? Like,
actually, I don't know the stats, but it's pretty low.
Like an estimate.
It's not like
like by you just being here for the last several years. Like let's say, based on your point of view, maybe that one incident with the foreigner.
Yeah.
Maybe if you average it out, maybe that's 5% crime rate.
Oh, I would say less. I'd say less than 1%.
Less than 1%.
In my opinion, I don't know the stats, but I've never seen really crime getting committed around here. Not since I've been here. The only stuff I see is on the news, and it does happen. Don't get me wrong. There's 68 million people in Thailand, so there's a lot of people. But it's not like the Amazon dude pulling up in Atlanta, and everyone's like taking all the Amazon parcels out of his truck.
Oh yeah.
It's not like that.
So it's not like compared to the United States.
Hell no.
So how do you compare this to like Australia though?
The crime rate's pretty. It's a different culture. The culture here is Buddhist, and I think that's what roots the people's mindset and the way they just interact with everyone else. It's a very tolerant society, and everyone's friendly. I mean, there's bad shit that happens here, don't get me wrong. There's still fisticuffs. You have altercations, on the road, but it very rarely happens. Like, if you're on the road, I'll give you an example. If you're on the road and you come and you see someone going to cut you off, here, they'll just let you go through. Like in America or Australia, I know in Australia, they'll be like road rage. They'll be chasing you because you didn't let them in.
Oh wow!
Or you cut them off. They can't let go. They're gonna get the better of you.
It's a grudge that they have.
It's a grudge.
They say, I gotta get my payback. I gotta get my revenge.
That's right. And they'll follow you for
Oh my goodness.
5 kilometers if they have to. They'll pull you over to give you a piece of their mind.
Wow.
It's not like that.
This is in the United States. They'll pull out a gun. They won't even pull over. They'll roll the window down, just shoot you right at you. Like, let's say Australia, what would you say the crime rate is over there? Way more safer here.
I would say Australia's not as bad as America, but then again, Thailand is not as bad as Australia.
You living as an expat in Thailand, what's your daily way of living? Like, how do you go about your day? Like, you wake up, how do you go about your day?
That's a good question, because when you don't have like a job or a boss or anything, you've got to be like a self-starter. You've got to be like I've got to do certain things. I've got to get that done. And you got to, but it's on your timetable, so you get to pick and choose, how you want to schedule your day. But there's still some discipline. But to be honest, since I've been here seven years, I don't know what day the weekends are, because it all
I'm
is the
trying to
same.
figure out what day is today.
It's all the same.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Every day is the same. So I think you just have to be disciplined in some things, like with your you're doing stuff that you do online or working whatever, as well as also your fitness and your health. You got to be disciplined in that. And also another thing is try not to eat a lot of shit, although there's a lot of food and stuff that you could, not sugary foods in Thailand. Thailand has a lot of, they love their iced teas, iced coffees. Well, this is big here. They love sugary foods, like a lot of other countries. But Thailand is like pretty, you could get lost in it. So you just have to like eat healthy, try to eat vegetables and all that good stuff, and stay away from the sugary stuff. But yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah, sounds like they're blending up a sugary fruit shake right now over there.
That's guaranteed that I don't have sugar.
Any advice you have for the people out there that's never been here or that thought about doing it or taking the leap of faith? Like, any advice for the people out there?
Yeah, I would say this: you only live once, and before you know it, 5-10 years has gone past. You'll just go like that. Life will just go past, and you won't even know it's happening. You'll still be in the same job. If you like your job, that's great. But if you have goals and ambitions that you want to do, or you might, like yourself, Tom, you want to go to this country, you want to reach, you want to go to X amount of countries in X amount of time before your time's done, and you can't travel any further. If that's your goal, you got to take action on it. You got to do it, even if it's only 2 or 3 countries a year, because average it out, you're about to see most of the world. So it doesn't matter what your goal is. You have to take action and just do it, because before you know it, you're going to be old, you're going to be in a wheelchair, and you're going to have so much regret that you're just going to go, man, I should have just done that. What the hell? Now I'm too old to do anything. I totally regret it. So don't do that. Just don't be one of those people that regrets life and doing stuff, because it's going to go like that.
So somebody's like working a job and they're grinding and they're making all this money, by the time they retire when they're 65 years old, they have $1 million. Like, wouldn't it be better for them to save all the money and then by the time they're 65, travel then? They don't have a job anymore, they're retired, you're getting money every month from the government. Like, what's the difference with going that route?
Most people do that route, and there's nothing wrong with that. But your time is it's not redeemable, it's not refundable. So that's the most valuable thing you've got, is your time. And if you don't treat it with respect, before you know it, you're going to be in a wheelchair. You're going to be one of those old people in the retirement home regretting. So you've got to live your life now, and you've got to do it now while you're still young. Because you're going to be 65 years old. What quality of life are you going to be able to do when you're 65? Your health is gone. Your health is deteriorating.
You can't climb mountains.
You can't climb mountains. You
can't skydive.
That's it. Because you've waited too long, and now you have all this money. You've the experience of doing all this stuff when you're young.
You don't have the same energy like you have now. Might as well just push me off a cliff. What's the point?
You're done. Well, you're done, because I notice that even as I get old, I notice sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, you get that little sore back, or you start to your back, it start to creak in certain areas. You feel older. It all comes around, and if you don't do stuff now, you're just gonna regret it.
Interesting. So, any final words, guys, before we talk out?
I would say just if you want to travel, make a plan and then save some money and do it. You can always come back to your job or do it like while you're at your job. And then if you want to live overseas, try to figure out some sort of business or some sort of way you can make income equivalent to a normal job, $50K US dollar job, right, in the US or Australia or the UK. But you're living in a country where it's costing you 1/3 or 1/4 of the price, right? So you might make $100,000 a year, but you're spending $80,000 a year just to live, expenses, house, mortgage, all that stuff. At the end of the year, you got $20,000, if that, $15,000 or $10,000 in the bank, if you're lucky. But if you do geo arbitrage, where you're making the same money as you back home, but you're living in another country and you're saving, you don't have the expenses, you can tuck away 30, 40 grand a year, right? You do that 10, 15 years. All of a sudden now, you got a couple of million in the bank, where there's no way you could do that if you were back home. There's no way.
Wow, awesome. Basically, make the US dollar, but then spend it in Thailand or any third world country.
It's pretty much it's like geo arbitrage. You're still making money, which is an average wage. So you're not, you still got the same skill set or whatever you are. You're still making 50 grand a year, but you're saving 40 grand of it because you're not in that country. You're living in another country. And there's tax benefits that if you're US. You have to look it up, but the government doesn't tax you as much or very little. So you can save that money, right? And then put it in a business or put it in crypto or put it in stocks, put it in whatever that's going to grow your money. And just by doing that, you can get ahead. All of a sudden, the pendulum will start to swing your way.
Okay, so pretty much somebody can make 20,000, making that 20,000 working a year, and then still live a comfortable life here. Because it's only going to cost them $1,000 a month. That's 12,000 a year. They still have another 8 grand for spending.
Well, the quality of life you're going to live here is a lot better than, in my opinion, than in Australia and America, because it's just a better country to live, better infrastructure. You don't have all the political headaches, and you're not on the street and someone's going to run you off the road because they had a bad day. It's a different mindset. You're eating healthy. You've got all the perks of back home, but you don't have the serial killer that's got an axe at the back of his car and he wants to give you a hand because you think he's your friend.
Pretty much, you have all the amenities without the headache.
Yeah, I would say that.
Okay, cool, awesome. All right. Well, thanks a lot for this interview today. Very informative. You guys out there, you guys find this valuable, hit that like, leave a comment. Let me know how it is over there where you're at. Catch you on the next one, guys. See ya. Peace.